Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our Orangetown save here on Banished. We're using the Red Ketchup Mod. If you are not familiar with it, definitely check it out. It's called Red Ketchup Editor's Choice, and it has a number of additions to the game. There's some new buildings, but then there's also some functions. If you see here, I'm able to remove resources and collect specific things, including flowers. There's an added function for deadwood. So if you look here, like there's that branch laying on the ground, so I can go like this, and now that deadwood will come in and be firewood for me. There's many things added like that, small, but game changing, I would say. This particular save, we are in the year 16. We have 20,000 food and only 45 people. We've got almost 125 tools and 50 clothes, and they are producing clothes here at the tailor. Our housing situation, so we basically have, it's Orangetown, so we have this central orange orchard here that's the kind of start of the village, and then we've got a marketplace in the middle, and we are going to fill in, all this as housing, and probably over here as well. This will be a kind of a central downtown. Then we've got a road coming up here, and we have two. Sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and collect this stone in these forest node areas. So we have a forest node there and a forest node there. If you're not, familiar, or like maybe you just randomly clicked on this video, you don't know a whole lot about Banished. The forest nodes function as you basically, I actually leave out the most important part of a forest node, which is I don't have a forester. If you put a forester here, you'll make sure that you're constantly cutting and planting trees. I just have mine as a gatherer's hut, and they bring in, these fruits and vegetables, things that you would forage, and then the hunting cabin, they're going to get animals, so they're constantly hunting. Like they just killed a deer and got us 6 leather and 200 venison. So we have those going. Right now we're doing okay on trees, and because we will be clearing so many trees as we expand, it's kind of okay. Often what I will do is come out here and just do like, hey, harvest little patches that are just beyond the reach of where we all live. That I think is a decent strategy, because a lot of times the foresters, I have noticed, they're really only going to bring you maybe let's say 50 logs a year, whereas I can spot clear like I just did and get every bit that many. And then it's weird, like if you clear cut, then the game will have, like I clear cut this area, and the game will have trees come back. Like you can see these 1, 2 here, one there, one there. They're kind of sporadic. But I've found that when you do these little patches, it just seems to fill in faster. Maybe it's psychological, but that's what I think. So like we have this, problem here. It's saying we ran out of iron. So we have a few options. We can switch to maybe producing copper if we have that. Or we could shut it off. We could look for more iron. So in our case, because we all have this mine here that does coal and iron, what I can do is just bump this over to making iron for a bit, and that can get back ahead of us. So I have no problem making as much iron as we can possibly make. I think that's probably a good situation. And there may come a time that I go ahead and put in a separate coal mine. In fact, I might do that on the opposite side, so we'll have coal and iron both coming in. But for right now, we can toggle between the two. That's a fine option. So let's check in on our population. We don't have a town center yet, so I can't just click on that. So like here we have a 13-year-old boy, 13-year-old boy there. Okay. That's a forage barn. So do we have a young lady? Oh, there's a little family. That's good. There's a 10-year-old girl. And again, I know I say this all the time, but it's not literally years. It's the way the game factors age. I say years. It's kind of creepy to say a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old are going to go live together, but it's just the game's function. Don't make it weird. So here's 14, 15-year-old girl, 20-year-old boy. So it looks to me like we have two new families worth of folks. And since we have this one out marking that side, I wonder if I might put one over here. So let's do this. Let's do a road up. Oh, even one more over. Road up past the barn. And then we'll do a road from the barn over to there. And then we can put a house. Let's put a house. Because I think that'll be. If I put the house right on this corner, that will be sufficient. So let's do. Do I want black? Let's do the dark red. So that'll mark that side. And then maybe we go ahead and do another one. I wonder if I want to start putting. Yeah, let's just do another one here for right now. It's difficult to know how to distribute the population in the early part of the game because you want to, or it's not early, but mid-game, because, you know, you want to be able to have people close to their places of employment, but you also want them relatively within your marketplace so that the products get distributed evenly. So we have 6 students, we have 10 children. That's pretty good. One of the dangerous things in this game is expanding too quickly, too early on. So I'm always cognizant of that. I think it might be time for a town center. And shoot. Well, let's go ahead. The reason I'm saying it's time for town center is because I don't know how many flax and cloth and everything we have on hand to know what to switch this to. I'm going to try the linen. I'm not sure if we have much of that. Cucumber seeds. Okay, we'll definitely try to do this. So, we should have an abundance of things. Let's see what our base amount is here. So that puts us at 1100. So we need a value of 1400. So we can do, let's do some iron. I think we'll go ahead and put 2 more people in here. We'll do some iron. I think we have a fair bit of lumber, so let's do 200 lumber. So between that should be 1300, and then maybe a bit more firewood. Let's just make the firewood into 250, and that'll get us there. And then we'll be able to do another field. It's already autumn, so we don't really need to work our tails off to get a new field down, but I will go ahead and put one in. We'll do a I think we usually do a, do we do 8 by 12? That feels small. 12 by 18 maybe? I haven't done square fields for a long time. We could do little 12 by 12s. Let's do a couple 12 by 12s over here. We can always adjust. It doesn't tell me what that is. Alright. So 50 there, 250 there, 200. What? Did I? Oh, it was loading. 200 there, and then yeah. Once we get the rest of this lumber in, that will do it. That's not what I meant, but okay. So that's what? There we go. Bingo. Okay, cucumbers. Now, let's put this back to 125. Charcoal. Maybe we drop that down to just 100. Yeah, the copper can all come over here. That's fine. The iron, I'd rather not. And definitely, we can always move the lumber over later, but I don't want it constantly over here. And then you can bump back down. All right. So, they're hard at work getting our crop field ready. It's early winter, so hopefully that will get done. Okay, we don't have enough flax. Let's switch that to cotton. We do have plenty of leather. That I know, but let's think about where we want the town center. If we're going to have... So my thought is, coming out this way, this will largely be agricultural. So the people live here will have fields and pastures there. So people will be living all the way up to this line. Then I don't know what I want to put in this area here. And then the forest node's up there. So maybe we do another marketplace, like a smaller one over here. Put another collection of population. Because how much space do we have? I think I'm glad to have these forest nodes on that side of the river. That river. I think that's good. So thinking agricultural area here, another small residential area there does make sense. Okay, we'll do cucumber. Why is that saying they want such a huge population for a 12 by 12 field? Okay, so we could do another kind of satellite area down here at some point. There's a good bit of space there and here. It's a pretty big water area. I don't think we'll even come over here. I think, sorry, I know this is super hard to watch when I'm zooming the camera around like this, but I just want to have a general sense of what I want my layout to be, and then we can always, you know, once you put the fields in, you can always tweak and adjust based on getting new seeds and everything. Okay, so we don't have a lot of cloth either. Well, that's not great. I mean, we're good with 70 clothes now. Let's switch over to the fur, since we have 24 of those. And hopefully we can get either flax or cotton seeds in soon. Do we want to do more? Because I think we just have cucumbers and lettuce. Yeah, let's just do 2 cucumber fields for right now. And then we have rice and cranberries. I had talked about kind of extending out to this island, but I don't, now that I'm kind of thinking that through, I don't see any benefit to that, like at all. So maybe that was a silly idea. I thought about maybe doing a dock across here, and then we can put more of these kinds of things in, with a potential another one of these coming out to do a fishing area. That seems reasonable, especially because I can do the fishing ones, you know, so we can get clams and oysters and that kind of stuff. So we'll double check our population again. See, this is not what's supposed to happen here. There should be a young family in there. See, well, Wait, no, that one's fine. This one, what are we doing there? Very strange how it populates things sometimes. But, like, why do we have a 24-year-old male there without a partner? No need for that. Okay, 17. Alright. That's not terrible. I think we're in pretty good shape here. Let's go ahead and grab some of the firewood that's up in this area. That will help. And even though we're at 24,000 wood, it's always good to grab the food that is growing close by. In my opinion, it's always good to do that. Because we have laborers that live in our kind of town limits here. Okay, so I wonder if the town center, if we're going to do another marketplace over here, and we're going to have people, we could either do the town center kind of here, sort of presiding over it, or maybe kind of what I'm feeling is something in here, and maybe not down on this road, but kind of recessed a little bit, and we can maybe do a little bit of, I don't know, I'm bad at decorating, but maybe we can do some decorations around it of some kind. Let's go ahead and get that placed. We need glass to get it to actually build, so it won't build yet, but we're gonna do town hall there. And just while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna do the stone road, skip a line, stone road, because I want to do the stone road all the way around it. Now we need to find if there's a good place. See, I shouldn't have put this right here, because this would have been a good place for sand pit. So we need to get the sand pit going so we can build the glass works. Glass maker. Can the glass maker fit here? It cannot. Okay, that would have been perfect. Secondary industry. Maybe up here? Maybe. Let's do here. Let's see if we can fit. What is that? Nothing. Let's see if we can fit this sand pit. Right. Oh, are you kidding me? By one dot? It will let me build it there, though. Okay. We'll do sand pit here. And we'll do glass work here. And we'll do a road right between them over to Maine. Okay. I like that. We've got storage down here for them. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, let's do... Nope. We'll collect these. These blue flowers are actually flax, which we can turn into linen. I know I explain this just about every episode, but I do it because I know people are probably like, what the heck? Food limit? I don't think so. Keep making food. We're getting a decent amount of fertilizer out of these guys. What is their population? 4 of 15. No, we haven't had them super long, so once they get up to full population, we'll get a decent amount of leather and beef out of them, or bison meat. So we'll be able to make, bison steaks. Alright, so we used up all the fur. Wow, we got the 102. That's good. Do I start making hide coats with the hides that we have? We do have a lot of leather. Although we have 12 linen there. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll do 1 leather, 1 linen. We have... oh yeah, lots of oranges. That is one thing about Orangetown. Lots of oranges coming in. Only 700 last year though, that's not great. And you know what it is? It's because I didn't put extra people on for harvest time. That's a micromanaged thing that I'm not great at. But there will come a time that we will have so many people that it will not matter. So would we get 800 cucumbers already? With more to go? That is very nice. I think I probably should have made this field go up to that road. Well, live and learn. Is it time for another house? He asks himself. Probably. Probably at least 1, maybe 2. Farmer. Maybe it's a orchard farmer. I should have bumped this over 1 more so I could bring the road up and square it with that. Oh well. Maybe I'll do the road here, square it with that. Okay. And we have a lot of lumber, so I think I might start on... am I thinking of a different mod pack? I thought there were salt box houses, but maybe not. Okay, let's do some little houses. We'll do 1, 2, 3. Don't worry. I'm not gonna fill them all right now. Just, I get to a certain point in the playthrough that I start laying stuff out. Alright, these should get built soon. Alright, 27,000 food, over 100 clothes, 150 tools. I think we're in a good spot here. Do I want to go ahead and add force? I don't think I have enough extra people to do that yet. That's the other reason about my concerns with the forester storage. I mean, staffing. This is a storage concern. Why is it so full? We've got a barn right here. Oh, that's full too. Okay. Well, that'll do it. That's full too. And let me guess, this is full? Alright. That's what we call a good problem. So we will build a barn here. And we will build a barn here. Yeah, that's good. Alright. And let's go ahead and oh, you know what? I don't really need to do that because because these come with something on them. So let's go dock, food, Seafood farm. I want the RNG. Will that be a problem? I don't think it will. I'm gonna do one of these. Then we'll do another rice. Then we'll do another of these. Then we'll do a watercress. Then we'll do one more of these. I think that'll work. Then let's do I think that will work. Then once you get to shore, I think it was here, then you can go this way. Alright, what'd you bring us? You brought us acai seeds. I mean, we're not really doing like a regional playthrough. It doesn't quite matter. For me, it's more the resources. If I'm going to spend that, I would like it to be a crop that makes sense. So I'm going to say no. I should have ordered flax seeds from them. Oops. Alright, so the glass maker is going to be like, what the heck? We don't have stuff for that. But we want to use charcoal. And hopefully the sand pit gets going. I'm going to bump these guys down so we can have those laborers. How many oranges did we get last season? 1,500, yeah. When you fully staff it, it's a very, very good thing to use. Alright, so. We're not quite ready to clear cut, but oh, that's not built yet. Interesting. I think we're in a decent spot. For year 19, I think we're in a decent spot. These guys are plugging away. We probably are low or out of coal altogether. Oh, there's two. I don't know if there's a setting that allows me to say, hey, don't use the coal. But we have 300 iron, and that's even with spending 50 of it on purchase, which is great. So you should have your charcoal here. You're just waiting for your sand. That's good. That's delightful. So once they get the glass made, we can have our town hall. Then I can really get granular with the statistics and figure out some things that I should be doing differently. And I think the next major stabilizing thing that we should do is order either cotton or flax seeds. I think that would get us into some really good territory. And then after that, probably the old barn pub, so that we can maximize our food. I know 27,000 seems like way overkill with food, and in some sense it is, but this population is going to take off like a hockey stick, and once that happens, the food goes really fast. If you get yourself in, like, let's say a 5,000 food deficit for a year or two, 27,000 disappears quickly. And they don't stop demanding food. More people makes more people. The demand only ever increases, unless you have a die-off. But see, we have 3 people there, 2 kids there that could move out, kid there that could move out, 2 kids there that could move out. It's it's going quickly. So like once we get these coming in, we're gonna be there soon. But we've reached that magical half-hour mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop off, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Look at all this rice and cranberries. It's looking like lunchtime. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.